How's everyone doing today? This cold morning. I woke up, it was like 20 degrees out. Just getting the rabbits some water quick. Looks like my back camera's a little messy. Alright, time to go out to the goats, get them their grain before they bust out of the netting. Ducks are talking to me. So are the chickens. Alright. What do I have left in this? Not much. I'm sure you guys can see that or not. I got a tiny bag of green. Always fun moving 40-pound bags. I think it's best came out with this new design. You can't just peel open the top anymore. Get my knife out and cut it. Big old green bucket we do. We may or may not have a guest be joining us. I invited my buddies. One of them used to work on a farm, but I invited them to join up. I don't know if I can do that mid-live or not. I've never done that before. So, it's new to me. We'll see if it happens. I'm not even sure if they're up right now. They're in a different time zone. But I figure I'd send them off, right? See if they wanted to come and chit-chat. But if anyone wants to talk about farming, let's get in that chat down below. Don't forget my waters. Hit me up in the chat, and I will tell you guys everything I know about farming. But does anyone think that these truckers are going to cause food prices to skyrocket or supply chain issue to happen again, where we don't have food on the shelves like it was in 2019 when COVID hit? Let me know. Let's get the chat going, guys. Oh, don't get zapped. All right. Oh, I gotta get into these goats. Hello, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. You guys, solid block of ice, right? There you go, girls. Put the ducks up with some. They need hay. You guys still have feed? Come on. Oh, that's frozen to the ground. There you go. You'll eat that. Beautiful. should probably check for eggs. Yep, 2 eggs. Oh, it's a reach. I gotta get longer arms. Duckies. Hear me? Okay. I was having a sound issue the other day. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me or not. Actually, make sure that my Wi-Fi doesn't come on. I think I was trying to jump between Wi-Fi and thing. Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna call you Sherry. But the thing is, right, last week, I think the truckers refused to go in. And what they did is they actually hiked the prices up 30%. And now they're thinking that maybe next week or this week coming up could be 40% hike. And the following week could be 50% hike. Because they just want to shut down New York City. Because New York City is costing us millions, unfortunately. I mean, I don't really get into politics too much, but I just look at the current events. Because I don't have a TV subscription on the farm here. Farm life is my TV. I mean, I have internet, obviously. So my TV is a smart TV, and I get whatever Samsung Plus TV, and don't really get much news. And the news that they do give you anyway is it's all filtered. It's not cool. Oh yeah, I'm sure people are totally freaking out. But I'm just curious. I want to get a chat going if anyone does food preps. Like even if you live in an apartment, you could Dolly. Even if you live in an apartment, you could totally get some preps going. You could buy from a local farm or even the store, unfortunately. But you could can goods, like buy fresh and then can it yourself. You can buy things and ferment them because fermented products are the shiz. And when you can, unfortunately, your food does die. It still has nutrients, but not as much. Because when you have a canning session or a water bath canner and you're boiling tomato sauce for an hour or close to 40 minutes, something like that, it's crazy. Heck yeah. I was actually looking at houses down in Kentucky. I'm up in Jersey and it is hell here. So being that New York, Philly are getting hit with these trucker things and Jersey's right in the middle of it, it's we're gonna feel the effects of it unfortunately here. But I try to grow a lot of my own food. I have a big old that's our market garden over there. It's a 50 by 50. We've got an orchard up top. We got 28 trees, I think. And then we have all our chickens, our ducks, goats, honeybees, quail, and I've got rabbits over by the house too. So my thing is, right, is what happens if that supply chain goes down and affects all the feed that I need? Because I go through plenty of feed here on the farm to produce the food that I grow. So what I'm thinking is in my front yard, I plan on growing a good patch of soy, corn, sorghum, as well as wheat. And I think I'm going to get like a hand crank mill this summer. And then they say you could pelletize feed with a meat grinder. So I think I might try to do that just as a good prep, just because I got 100 animals on farm to feed, 102 if you count the dog and the cat. But I definitely have to figure out an alternate source. And then I've got all this grazing pasture here, but grazing doesn't help a thing when the grass isn't growing. So I got to start figuring out if I can cut my own hay instead of just because I buy hay in the wintertime. It's just easier for me. But in a supply chain issue, it could be a big problem. I gotta get the ducks water. Let me see what he said. Right there. Oh yeah, we got a lot here, but not as much as New York City. I'll tell you that. We're not closing down hotels for them to stay. I mean, I'm in the very top west corner of Jersey, so it might be a little bit different down in like Atlantic County or over in like Hudson County, like Jersey City area. What's up, girls? Let's see what you guys need right now. How you doing, Emily? Thanks for tuning in. Hi, ladies. Watch out, girls. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Come on. Can you girls move, please? I gotta see what you guys need. You need water, probably. It's been frozen out to this morning. Is it frozen down in Kentucky? Oh, yeah, this is... Oh, we might be able to break through that. Oh. Gotta get my trusty screwdriver. I always keep a nice screwdriver close. Watch out, ladies. This girl right here, her name's Mary, and she lays green. Her sister Teriyaki lays blue right there. This is our rooster, Sven. Sven the Swede. He's a Swedish flower chicken. He's awesome. Oh, that just hit me in the face. That's so nice. There is water underneath there. Watch out, ladies. One thing I tell people, whether it's when I'm plumbing or I'm doing a chicken harvest class, is keep your mouth closed because things splash. Oh, thank you for the sub, Emily. I appreciate it. So the animal loss thing is definitely, yeah, thieves will come, especially if like it's like a SHTF situation. But as morbid as it is to say, and I don't know how everyone would feel with it, but I bet a chicken would eat a person. They will eat a deer carcass, and who's to say that they won't eat whatever other carcasses? Because if someone's trying to steal my chickens in the SHTF, I'm protecting my flock. I'll tell you that. And it's just like, free food. Don't have to worry about growing any corn or sorghum. Oh, look at these girls. They were thirsty. I'm sorry, ladies. I know I'm a little bit late today. Drink up. All right, let's go get flock number 2. Gentleman Jack. He's the only one with a name in that flock. Just because basically on the farm, any of my girls that are the first livestock on farm, excuse me, sweetie, any of the first livestock gets to live their days out here. And then anyone who's new livestock, unfortunately, has a time limit once they stop being productive. Because on a farm, you're not really in this to feed animals, you're in it to feed yourself. And that's the unfortunate truth, is that sometimes things have to go away for you to live. I have to fill up another bucket of water. Like the old days, cattle rustling. Heck yeah. So my neighbor has 16 head of cattle, and I've already talked to him. I'm like, what are we gonna do in a supply chain issue? I'm like, because I need people that are willing to fight and defend. So he's in the same mentality. It's all about networking, honestly, in my opinion. So if you could network and talk to your neighbors and know, like, okay, you guys will have this, I'll have that, but don't share everything you have. That's another thing, because if it really came down to it, and your neighbor doesn't prep like you prep, and you can't rely on them, they might be the ones to come and take you for your last case of water, your last gallon of water. As unfortunate as that is, but that's why you could just educate people, and if they're there with it, that's great. If not, well, always prepare for the worst. I've been trying to breed these girls to Mr. Bugs Bunny. Let's see if we can get one of them to breed today. In 1 second, I'm gonna grab Elsa. My phone might drop because they're gonna be crazy jumping around here. 1 second. I got you. I got you. Oh my gosh, she's crazy. This rabbit is nuts. So she's young. That's why she's so nuts. So she didn't cut my finger. She's gonna immediately go and hide. They're sheep and wolves. You're on the wrong side, bud. Hey, hold on. I'm trying to read the comment. Absolutely. Definitely be the sheepdog. I know here I'm not a sheep. I'll tell you that. You gonna lift up today, sweetie? So I might have to separate her from her mama. She's still been living in like a sort of colony setup. I got like a nice big cage for them, so they have like this middle hide part. I can. What are you doing? Don't go sideways. This ain't the Olympics. Thank you, Emily. They are pretty cute. So he's a Rex Chinchilla mix, and she's a Florida White Chinchilla mix. She's young. Bugs is about, he'll be 3 in like August. But he's definitely, he knows what he's doing. She just doesn't. And it's usually when the girls don't know, they're inexperienced, or if they're living with their mom still. It's once you separate them and they become a solo rabbit, usually they're more inclined to start mating. Or if I was to have him in the colony set up with them, the only thing is does are territorial, and I definitely don't want them to attack bugs because I've heard stories, and it's a thing, that the does can castrate the bucks, which is something I definitely do not want. He's giving her kisses right now, trying to sweet talk her. Wrong side, pal. What are you doing? Turn it around. Turn it around. I'll try to bring it forward a little bit for you. Here you go. There you go. So normally she'll lift up the back, and then he'll have a dramatic fall off like he had a heart attack. Oh, you giving her kisses? You're such a good boy. You gotta buy her dinner, bud. No, she won't right now because she's in his pen, and that's why you always want to bring your does to your bucks because of their territorialness. But being that she's in his house, she knows better. Some does will get agitated and they'll sort of throw like a shot, and they might like bite the side of the buck. What are you doing, buddy? Come here. Come on. Come on, sweetie. So some breeders they'll put a rubber band around the back of her tail so her tail stays up, which sort of exposes her genitalia down there. I haven't done that yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate her and her mom for a few days, and then if it doesn't take, then I will I'll try that method. But I like to try to keep everything as natural as possible. I mean, yeah, I'm introducing them, but if she doesn't want to lift, I usually let it go. But we have 2 bucks on farm and 5 does. See our other buck over there. He's super cute. He's a broken pattern, New Zealand. And my wife doesn't like character names. She says I'm childish for calling him Bugs Bunny and then our Florida White Lola. But she does want to call him Thumper, which is funny. I mean, I'm down with that. I've been calling him Mustachio because he's got like this cool mustache. Not having it? Maybe we'll try Lola real quick. Put you guys there for a second. Hold on, buds. She's not lifting power. Lola's hiding in the box. Hi, sweetheart. I got you. This is Lola. The other day she wasn't in heat, so maybe today she will be. And she is experienced. She is about 8 months, I believe. Making all noises. If you lift up for him, dear, it'll be over. Oh, see, she's throwing him a little shot right there. Move over, buddy. See if I could try to help her lift up. Sometimes the breeders will come and they'll lift them from the rear. Oop. I know, sweetie. He's trying. They say sometimes you just leave them for a few hours and they'll get used to one another. Wrong way. She bites you down there. That'll be your last. Is she gonna lift? Let's see if we can help her lift. Nope. She looks like she might wanna. Come on, Bugs Bunny. We're rooting for you, bud. The other rabbits, they're definitely interested. I bet that rabbit back there that's looking in right now, I bet she would mate. But she just dropped a litter like 10 weeks ago. I usually try to go at least 12 or 14 weeks, 16 weeks if possible, between litters. Yeah, I don't think she's lifted. Usually when they lift, it's within like the first couple minutes. And I'll usually leave them together for a little longer just to see if I could get a second fall off, because usually the more fall offs you get, the better. Just have more babies with more fall offs. All right, back to the chickens and the quail. Yeah, Bugs is definitely a cute guy. He's super soft. He's thrown agouti colors and chinchilla colors, and he has the allele for albino, but he hasn't thrown any albinos yet. Also, his parents were both broken, but he came out solid, so I feel like if he's anything like the reptile world, he definitely has the genetics for throwing a broken pattern, but he has not yet. And I was hoping breeding him to the Florida White, and she's, whoa, ladies. I was hoping for the Florida White, since she's sort of like a blank canvas. You girls do not want to be out. Watch it. I'm going to put you guys at a cool angle in here. Put you right up on the ceiling. This. How's that work? Works good. Here you go, girls. Get inside, please. Thank you. These chickens. Yeah, he did miss the mating. They didn't mate though. So, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Do we have any eggs in here? Yeah, we definitely have a couple eggs. I think it's from the Beaker Juniors. Can make some. Well, that is definitely a good idea because rabbits are quick. But now, if you could only do one animal, as rough as they are, I would suggest quail. Just for the fact that rabbits, if you're only able to eat rabbit in the SHTF, I mean, you probably eat something else, but if you were only able to catch and eat rabbit or grow out rabbit, you could get protein poisoning because they're so lean, which is definitely not good. But quail, these guys are awesome. They're much faster, as long as you could have a source to incubate. If you had a wood-burning stove, you could definitely put them next to that and keep that running for about 17 days. But 8 to 10 weeks, and they're ready for the table, or they'll start laying eggs for you, and then you have a dual source of protein right there. You could eat the extra roos, and then have the females lay for you. But these guys, so this is 2 foot wide by 4 foot long, and I use these trays from AutoZone. It's an oil drip pan, and they work great for catching manure. If you didn't have the land where you could compost it, you could honestly just throw it in the trash, or you could sell it. I know a lot of people buy this stuff on eBay. You could sell a bag. I think people sell a gallon bag for like $15 to $20, which is awesome. And a rabbit, most of the time, you don't want to harvest them until they're about 12 to 16 weeks. And let's see, where's left my scoops over there. I got this extra one now. So 12 to 16 weeks on a rabbit. And then, of course, rabbits eat hay and pellet, so you're still going to have to worry about that feed source, which is not too bad. You could stockpile. I usually buy like a couple 100 pounds of feed at a time, so I'm at least good for a month or so when I have feed. Babies are precious. The little quail, I have a short, I think, and it's I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere recent enough, maybe like last summer. and this little quail went into the feeder and went up into the mason jar screw top. And he did it a couple of times, unfortunately. And one time he brought a buddy, and that buddy got crushed under the weight. But yeah, the quail are pretty cool. So are the baby bunnies. When they're born, it's about like 7 days. They look from like a naked mole rat, and then 7 days later, usually their eyes are open, or 10 days later their eyes are open. And then they have fur, and they're hopping around by like 2 weeks. See, that's another problem though, is like bunnies are cute. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get these guys. So yeah, bunnies are cute, which definitely makes it more difficult if you're gonna cull and try to eat them. Birds are also cute. What's up, baby? What's up, babies? I mean, here on the farm, I love all my animals, even the ones that are going to be destined for the table. But that's what you got to do. You got to give these animals a good life. So when I have frozen waters, I use these. Normally, I'm using this red thing right here. But this is a lot easier to just turn it over. Ice cube falls out, and you fill it up with more water. And I got to keep reminding myself I have 5 eggs in my pocket. Don't crush them. Okay, spin this around. Get these guys going good. Eggs. We're getting eggs from some of my oldest quail, which is so odd. These guys are probably my oldest. They're like almost 2 years old right now. And they've been pretty consistent giving me eggs almost every single day. Not many. I have 5 females in here, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 females and 1 boy. And they do give me eggs. Yep, I got an egg. They were the last ones to stop laying and the first ones to start laying. It's got a crack in it. You guys see that crack? Right there. I guess they laid it last night and I missed it. Well, the cattle find it. Up to the animal gods. You guys really don't like the crumble feed, huh? I've got some quail that eat every single ounce of this stuff. And then others that leave all this powder, which is technically like a poultry balancer. It's actually much healthier for them to eat everything in its entirety, because then they get all the extra, vitamins and nutrients and stuff that's in the feed. But they're birds. They're gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. No eggs from them. So I've got 2. I have 2 egg towers. I got 60 something quail, I think, 62. You guys spilled your feed? Oh my gosh, you guys emptied the feed. Thanks, buddies. Good waste right there. That's a bummer. They knocked their feed over, and all of it is under the cage in the manure pitch. I have to make sure that my ratio is right. There might be 2 boys, 2 girls up there. I mean, if the light hours are starting to come back, they might be fighting for mating privileges. Gotta get yeah. So Sherry, if you're still here, how much space do you have for rabbits? Here we go. Show you guys the snows that I have. Got these. These are my fancies. You guys manure too. I think one thaws out today. I'm gonna clean everyone's manure. Poking their heads through. All right, an eighth of an acre is not terrible. So that's what, about 50 by 50, right? Something like that. Nice. It's always nice to be paid off, isn't it? So do you guys have any ordinances against poultry or anything? I would definitely suggest 50 by 100. Okay, nice. Outside of town. Yeah, so I would do, like, if you wanted to, like, stay small, you could probably do a couple of chickens, usually 2 to 3 per person that's eating eggs in your household is more than enough. I'd sell excess here because we're basically a farmstead. So that's why we have so many animals. We sell excess products to try to recoup some money and either break even or try to turn a profit if we can. If you have 50 by 100, man, you could do a lot with that. Like, I'm thinking with my scale, what I've got going on, like, my orchard is probably not too big. It's like 24 feet wide. And then I'm trying to think, 10 trees, approximately 8 foot space. So like 80 feet by 20 feet, 24 feet. And I've got 20 something trees, 26 trees up there. But you could do a lot. You could do a couple of fruit trees and just get dwarf varieties just so you have fruit going into winter. And Honeycrisp, Granny Smiths, I believe Pink Ladies. I'm not sure about Macintosh. I think Macintosh though. They all have like thicker skin, so they store much longer. They could store like months into the winter. You could also ferment some of them. You could can some. You could make sauce. And each one of the dwarfs should produce, I believe it's like 40 to 160 pounds once they're matured up. And maturity on those usually takes anywhere from like 3 to 5 years, something like that. And then, yeah, with quail, if you had 2 towers like that right there, that's just 16 square foot. Be 2 foot by 8 foot, maybe 2 foot by 9 foot. You put a foot between them, like I got. And those 3 stacks, you could where did I put those? I think I put the feeders. They're in the goat's bed. You could easily fit like 60 or more quail. I think I do 18 on my heavier, like populated ones. I have 18 per level. Oh, nice. Yeah, bamboo is awesome. It's good to hide stuff too in bamboo. I'll tell you that. But if you had 18 birds per level, what does that come out to? It's 36. I'm trying to do the math in my head. 40, 54 per stack. So you could have 100 quail in the 2 stacks that I have. What are you doing? Are you trying to eat me? Are you trying to eat me, girl? So we're a super small farm here. We are on 1.3 acres, but you got some stuff on your head. We back up to 116 acres, so it's my neighbor's property right behind us. And the plan is to eventually maybe have him break off 5 or 6 acres and buy that from him. Man, these girls are getting big. I wish I measured them before they got pregnant, but they're definitely putting on some serious weight. Trying to keep this phone upright. Say, what's up, Dolly? Oh, yeah. So I have a lot of people around my town that they plant bamboo for whatever reason, and it starts to overtake. So they're like, "Oh, we got bamboo. Come and chop it down and take as much as you want." Stop eating me. So I have actually a pile of dead bamboo, and I've been meaning to make like this little hutch or like a pergola, whatever you want to call it, as because like I've got a wide open spot in my yard or the pasture, whatever you want to call it, and the chickens could get hit by hawks out there. So when they free range, when there's no snow, I want to put something like right in the middle, and it's like small. It would have like I found it on Pinterest. The more you cut, the more you grow. So that's terrible. At least I don't have any on my property, thank God. But we have our own issues with invasives here. We have Japanese knotweed. We have the bittersweet plant. I have summer grape, which they're edible, because all grapes are edible. I don't think there's one poisonous grape out there, but it grows like a weed. It takes over my fence, constantly cutting it down. Sometimes I'll let it grow and I'll see how much I can harvest. I've pulled off like at least 50 or 60 pounds on like one fence row. But with the bamboo that I take from people, I'm going to start tying it up. And I found this thing on Pinterest, and it was super cool looking. It was just like all made out of sticks, and they tied them off together and had like a little roof and like chicken perches on it. So I think I'm going to make that this summer for my girls. The roosters do a good job, but can never be too safe. And also, whenever they're out ranging, we always have my dog out, and one of us will be out, either me or my wife. You need to eat me. Come on. Hey, stop. I have eggs in those pockets. Stop it. You break my eggs. Can you stop? You're going to eat that? No, stop. Stop it. Let me take this tag off. Okay, you guys are a pain. Glad you guys didn't break out, though, today. That was nice. That was nice of you. This is... No, I didn't hide them here. What the heck? I totally lost a couple of my my scoops. Oh well, I'll find them later. Alright, girls, I'll see ya. Chickens need food, right? I don't think it's over 32. It's still freezing today. I'm taking back there with me. These chickens can't eat. Grapevines that come up everywhere. Haven't seen any grapes yet. Yeah, so Italian palm trees or the sumac, whatever. Everywhere. Oh yeah, definitely ask. You never know unless you ask, right? So, like my neighbor, I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay you. I'm like, because it's cheap enough anyway. Like average rental with like nothing on it, no amendments, no water. In Jersey is $79 per acre average. So I really only need about a half an acre, maybe an acre, and that's per month, the rental rate. Watch out, girlies. So I told my neighbor, I'm like, what would you want? I'm like, let's trade. Let's barter each other. Because bartering, bartering is awesome. And if I could trade him something that I'm already growing, it's not really costing me the full price. You know, if I could grow a chicken for 14 and sell it for 28, well, that's what I'm doing. Watch out, guys. And that's what we do. We basically, our cost, just chicken and the feed, is about $14 per bird when we grow them out organically. And we sell them for $7 a pound as just a roaster. And that comes out anywhere from like, there's like a 3 to 5 pound bird. You're looking at $21 to $35 a bird, which is nice. But yeah, definitely ask your neighbor because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's what I always like to say. I have no idea what it is. Fish, garden beds to make work. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you could just. Oh, what's up, girl? All right, I'll leave you alone. Sorry. You could honestly just plant into the ground on the hill and things grow. Like plants, that's the best part about plants is plants want to grow. Plain and simple. Plants just want to grow. I have elderberries right there next to my bees. I have gojis along here on the fence line, which I really didn't mess with. I put a Kwanzaa cherry, so it's just an ornamental, but I figure it's a pollen source in the early spring, as well as cover for my chickens in the future once it starts to grow. So most of the things that I plant on property have a use or benefit because I don't like to waste money or plant things that don't need anything. Lilac, awesome for the honeybees. Black-eyed Susans. We have a wall, morning glories. We have irises, dahlias, like nice pretty things. So usually we do about 50 or 60 sunflowers every year as well, which sunflowers are said to pull up contaminants out of the soil. So if you plant sunflowers around your soil, let's say you're having a road runoff or something like that, it pulls it up into there. There's the scoops, which is definitely good to know. They say it pulls radiation too, so I don't know how much I would want to eat those seeds afterwards or even feed them to my chickens, but it feeds the wildlife, and if wild birds are eating that, that means they're eating less of the other stuff you plant. Like if you're going to plant corn or sorghum or wheat or anything like that. But yeah, ask your neighbor. That'd be sweet. And tell him, be like, you can come pick whatever you want. I have a row of apple trees on my property line. It's like 2 or 3 feet off, but of course the branches over time will grow onto my neighbor's side. And I told him, I'm like, look, I'm like, don't come and harvest the trees. I'm like, but you're more than welcome to come and take when they're in season and help yourself to apples. Because I got 10 trees as like a natural fence line going up. I'm gonna walk there right now and show you. But I got 10 trees over there, and just on the line, 10 trees. And I'm like, look, this is gonna produce a lot of fruit. I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna make like vinegars with it. Maybe some ciders. And then anything that goes on the ground is gonna be cider. Flower beds, yes, definitely. Yeah, trees are a good investment because you plant them. I mean, the best tree planted is the tree you planted 5 years ago, but plant them now for your future self. Let's see. So I have my garden sort of like scattered. We have this little one. This is like 15 by 15 right here. And We usually do quick crops in here. So we do like radishes, turnips. We've done carrots in here. They didn't do well under the shade of the maple. I want to like take out this entire tree, but it's great shade. It's like the only tree that shades the middle of my property. But we have about 100 bulbs of garlic planted right there. And then this is the big garden here. It's sectioned off into two. So I have 4 50-foot rows here, 2 50-foot rows, a 25-foot, 2 25-foot rows, and then I have like 6. I believe they're like, what are they, like 12 or 15 feet? So basically, I have like horizontal rows down there. You can almost see, actually, in the snow how the rows are set like that. That's interesting. And I plant straight into the ground, and then on the other side of these 4 rows, I do all cucumber patch, like going up that fence line there. But I usually do like tomatoes run down the middle, do my peppers, I do lettuces and everything down there because I get afternoon shade. Shade is awesome for lettuce. They don't like too much heat, they'll run to seed. So if you could do anything you can to shade them out a bit. Then we have our raspberry patch here. We have blueberries on this side here. I think I got 6 plants there. And then these are blueberries here. And then, yeah, check out, if I can get it on the stickers. That's all the fruit that went bad on vine. But yeah, we got 26 trees up in this orchard. We have all types of varieties. We got Yellow Delicious, Gala, I think it's a Honeycrisp, Jonathan. I want to say, I'm trying to think what we got. Macintosh. I'm trying to think of them in the rows that they are. Cortland, Honeycrisp, Cortland. Then I have a couple of Fujis down here. I've got 4 peaches up there, 2 Reliance, 2 Albertas. And basically, the second row matches the first row's variety. But yeah, it's totally cool. I can't wait to plant more. Heavy clay soil. Okay, yeah, you could do that. I've actually seen this one gentleman on YouTube. I forget what video or what his name was, but he was doing leaf litter. So he had clay soil, and it was like, he said maybe ½ inch to an inch of topsoil when he first started, and he did like a progress report every year. And I think he's up to like 7 or 8 inches of good topsoil now. And all he does is stack leaves. So every year that he collects his leaves, he puts them in a stack in a pile and just lets them break down and do their thing. They turn into like leaf mold and topsoil. And if you think about it, nobody fertilizes the forests, right? The forests drop leaves every year, and the forests are some of the most fertile soil out there. No one's fertilizing them. They have 80 to 100-foot trees in there. So this guy was just constantly every year putting leaves and letting the leaves break down. And he turned clay soil into about 8 inches of topsoil, I think. Some more in a little spots, some less in some spots. But yeah, with just leaf litter, that's pretty awesome. So I actually have leaf litter behind all my compost bins. Let's see if I can spin you. So those are my compost bins out there. And that pile behind it starts like there and goes up. But I have all the leaves I collect every year. I don't do like the garbage pickup for leaves or anything like that. I don't bring them to the dump. I just collect them and stack them, and I don't use them all every year. But when I need extra carbon for my compost, if it's a little too hot, I just add them in, and it works really great, actually. It cools off the pile when I need it to, and the quail manure really helps heat the pile up. I have piles right now that are about 150 to 160 degrees, and I got to turn them like every couple of days so they don't get too hot. Yeah, definitely. So like I've even heard people putting water bottles or water jugs like that are empty underneath the raised beds, just because if your raised bed is 1 foot, oh, there's a hawk getting chased by the crows. Nice. If you have like a lot of space, it's a lot of soil. Like I don't know the math on it, but like let's say you had a 3-foot bed that's 1 foot high, and actually the 9-foot bed, 3 foot long, 9 foot wide, 1 foot high. That's a cubic yard of soil. Kitty cat wants to go in. So if you could reduce the soil that you have to use, that's awesome. Because most plants, they're not really deep rooted. They only need a couple inches of soil anyway. But yeah, I'm getting back inside, so I gotta do some things on the computer and edit some video. I'm gonna be getting a video up soon about a rabbit build or rabbit hutch build. So if you're interested in that for your rabbitry for the future, that'd be pretty cool. I should have it out probably by the beginning of next week. And I'm also going to be making another video about a canning rack or canning storage shelving system. And I will be doing the quail coop build probably 5 or 6 weeks from now. But thanks for sticking around, and I wish you luck with your gardens and everything. I can't wait to start all of our seeds actually. So I'm logging out for now. I will catch you soon. Thanks for sticking around.